Hey everybody, this is Peter with Cooking with Peter. Today, I'm just gonna have a little fun. I'm gonna be making 3 calzones, all the same type, but I'm gonna be using 3 different machines. 2 of those machines are Ninja machines, and the third machine is gonna be a Breville Indoor Pizza oven. So let's make these calzones and let's get started. I'm going to go over the list of ingredients with you today, and I was a little lazy to be honest with you, and I used my bread machine to make the pizza dough for me today. However, it did a great job. The other ingredients we're going to be using are ricotta cheese, and let me tell you about ricotta cheese. You want to look at the label back on the back about what's in this container of ricotta cheese. You want to look for labels that read pasteurized whey, pasteurized milk, pasteurized cream, vinegar, and then you're going to have a little gum in there called a carrageenan. Carrageenan gum? I don't know. So this is the type you want to be using unless you live in a place where you can go to an Italian store and buy fresh ricotta there. You can also make fresh ricotta at home. However, I have never done that. There are numerous videos on YouTube if you want to go to the trouble of making your own ricotta cheese. Next, we're going to be using fresh mozzarella. And if you're using the slice type of mozzarella, what you want to do is you want to put that mozzarella onto a paper towel, onto a plate such as you see here. The reason for that is you're trying to get a little bit of that moisture out of the mozzarella. So while this is sitting here waiting, we'll be doing that. The other ingredient we're going to be using today is shredded mozzarella cheese. And then the last ingredient we're going to be using is some grated Parmesan cheese. So that's what's going to be going into the calzone. Now, we need to put a little flour down on my parchment paper. I'm going to dump out the prepared dough. That looks nice. Now I'm going to be putting the dough onto a scale, and I want each calzone is going to be about 150 grams each. So let me turn the scale on and tare it. We're at grams. Great. All right. Now, just going to take a piece of dough, put it here. 111. Need a little more. About 150 is what I like to use on a calzone. 150. Perfect. Okay. Now I'm just going to bring this around like this. And now that I've done that, I'm going to move it into a bit of a circle, just like you're seeing here. And I'm going to flatten that out. I'm going to be trying to get the dough to about a 9-inch circle. I'll be making 3 calzones today, so I'm going to go ahead and make up 3 of these dough balls. Again, I'm just flattening the dough, and I'll be rolling the dough here in just a minute. The specks that you see in the dough are actually Italian seasoning. I always put Italian seasonings in the dough whenever I'm making pizza or calzones. Now let's do the third one, and then we'll put the dough aside. Just like pizzas, you don't want to put the calzone dough and the calzone together much before you're ready to go to the oven with it. The reason for that is that all these ingredients can get a little soggy. So I'm going to be using my roller, and I'm just going to roll out this dough. And what I'm after is the dough to be about 9 inches or so. You can flip the dough over, move it around. Just keep stretching the dough. If you find that the dough is being a little elastic and not playing nicely, just let it sit for like 5 minutes. And then the dough will relax and you will be able to roll that dough out with no problem. Okay, you can see that I have rolled the dough out to about 9 inches. So it looks great, it's right where I want it to be. Now, I'm just gonna make sure that it will come off the parchment paper. It will, that's great. Now I'm gonna put in a couple of tablespoons of this ricotta cheese. So you want to put the cheese on one side. Just a couple of big tablespoons. Push that out. Now remember, these cheeses don't have a lot of flavor, so you just want to put a little salt whenever you put the cheese down. All right, next I'm going to be putting in a couple of slices of this fresh mozzarella. Again, the cheese doesn't have a lot of flavor, so just use a little salt and that'll help bump up the flavor. Now we're going to be putting in some shredded mozzarella. This is a low moisture type, and then finally we'll put in some Parmesan cheese. All right, now we're going to use our fingertip, and I'm going to be going around the edge. Something else to know is that if you are going to do this, you want to make the edge very flat. So you don't want an edge like you might have around a pizza. So just make that very flat all the way around. Now we're just going to pick this up and pull it over and press down, just like that. Now I'm gonna flip it around so I can see it better. I'm gonna take a finger, just like this one, and come here and just roll over the dough and just tuck it in, just like that. You wanna press down hard and you wanna close every little ledge. So roll over, all we're trying to do is make it look nice. It doesn't have to be fancy, just roll over and press it down. Roll over and press it down. Just go all the way around the edge, use your finger, pull the dough over it, roll down and press down firmly. Pull the dough over your finger and just press down. All right, now when it comes to the edges, of course you want to bring it in and just push down really hard because you want all that cheese to stay in the calzone. Very, very important, otherwise it'll leak out. Who wants that? All right, now I'm gonna use my scissors and just cut a couple of slits in the top. And now I'm going to use an egg wash and I'm going to just brush over the calzone. Okay, the egg wash is really nothing more than just an egg and a little bit of water and just brush it around. That's going to give it a real nice appearance when it comes out of the oven. This calzone is going to be going into my Ninja wood fire outdoor oven, which I just commonly call my pizza oven because I haven't cooked anything else in that Ninja outdoor oven. Oh, before I started this, I went outside and I turned the Ninja wood-fired outdoor oven to the pizza setting, and then I went to custom. I preheated the oven to 550 degrees and I set the time to be 30 minutes. Of course, we're not going to need anything near that time. I did go outside and check it with my temperature gun and it was running a little hot. So I set the temperature back down to 525 and I think that'll be a great temperature because it'll probably even out somewhere around 550 or so. All right, let's take this outside and put it into the Ninja wood-fired outdoor oven, what I call my Ninja pizza oven. Okay, we're ready to do the next one. And I'm just going to be using a couple of tablespoons of the ricotta, a little bit of salt, 2 slices of the fresh mozzarella, a little salt, some of the shredded mozzarella cheese. Don't let it get over on the edge. And then finally, some Parmesan cheese. Get all the edge wet. Now pull this over, just like before, and come over here and start pushing down, just like you see me do. Perfect. Roll this over. Do the same thing as before. Just use your finger, push down, and finally on the end, just be sure to really tuck that one down and press hard. And then over here too, press very hard. Now it's time to go out and check the calzone out on the Ninja wood-fire outdoor oven. Let's go check that. Okay, here it is coming out of the Ninja. Now this is only about 7 or 8 minutes in at about 525 on the pizza setting. But I did let the oven heat up for about an hour before I put this in, so it was nice and hot. Looks great, doesn't it? All right, we're ready to do the third one. And this is gonna be for the Ninja Combi oven. Now this is going to take a little longer because of course it doesn't get up to those really high temperatures. So I set the Combi at the bake mode and I turned it on to a temperature the highest that it will go at 450. Okay, I'm ready to bring that calzone off of the Breville. Got a little bit of a blowout up here on this one, but it's all right. Looks great. The marks you're seeing around here is because of the upper element of the Breville pizza cooker. I'm not really sure that it's built for calzones, but it does a good job. The crust is not as well done as the other one, and it's been about 10 or 11 minutes. And I find that it cooks pizza really well in about 14 minutes. But it looks good. I certainly am going to enjoy that. All right, my friends, here they are. All 3 of these calzones came out pretty good, to be honest with you. I wouldn't turn down any of them for sure. These are the ones that I cooked in the Ninja machines. This one over here is from the Ninja wood-fire outdoor oven. This one is from my Ninja Combi. This one is from the Breville pizza oven. It came out pretty good too. The only difference is that it has a few burn marks up here, and that's because the coil from the small little oven is just right on top and very, very close to that dough, but that's the only reason that it has those burn marks. And of course, you know, you gotta have the marinara sauce to go with those great calzones, so I have it right here, and my favorite is this one which is the Rao's sauce. Could I make my own? Absolutely. Would it come out as good as this? Absolutely not. So Rao's is always my choice. I want to say thank you to all of our new subscribers and new supporting members today. And you too can become a supporting member of the channel. You can click that join button down below and you can become a sous chef. You can become a kitchen assistant or an executive chef. Well, thanks again for watching the video today and putting up with me. I really appreciate it. And we'll see you next time. Take care. Be sure to subscribe. Give us a thumbs up.